Hello, how are we all? What do you know? 2 videos in 2 weeks. That's a change. Anyway, I just thought I'd say quickly before we start, I remember that a while ago I said to you I was going to give you a budget video. How much money we've spent and how does that compare to what I thought we would have spent. Now I've just sat here and made a big video on the budget and I was going to include it in this week's episode, but if I did that, this week's episode would have been like 40 minutes long and that's just crazy. So what I've decided I'm going to do is release the budget video as a separate standalone video, and I'll either put that up tomorrow or the next day, sometime very soon. I've already filmed it, just have to chuck it up. So that's where that'll be, a standalone video for the budget. And yeah, it's kind of surprising in a good way or a bad way, I'm not sure. You'll have to watch and find out. But anyway, that's all. I've got a nice little hazy pale ale, and yeah, enjoy this week's video.
This week on the Property Hillbillies, I turn those ugly front steps from lead into gold, the laundry starts to take some shape, and we finally get some curtains in the house.
Do it. 3, 2, 1. Hello there, how are we? It's been a young minute. I've been busy and we've been relaxing, enjoying a house that we can actually live in. Today, I've been busy, well, the last hour or so, I've been busy finishing off the last room that needs plaster in my study, which might not be my study anymore because I've kind of claimed the other room, the other end of the house. But this whole week I've been busy doing another job. It's time for me to actually earn some money now. I've spent the last 4.5 months working on this house, and yeah, it's good to get a bit of money flowing back in. So I'm doing some plastering jobs and some other stuff. But yeah, so working on this room, and I don't want to talk too long because my plaster's starting to go off. My plaster is seriously going off right now. Right down this side. Look at that. That is silk. Ooh. That is a nice grey. How are we? Today, exciting little thing to do, something I'll be waiting to do, but we haven't been able to get there to get the paint because of lockdown. But today's time to paint sort of the contrasting features on the front of the property, which is going to be the decal at the top. The front of the window sills, we're going to try it and see if it looks good, and then the front entrance. Now I don't know if I'll get the front entrance done today, but it's been pissing with rain the last week and I haven't been able to get outside. But yeah, so the colour we're using is Resene Baltic Sea. Yeah, really nice looking grey. It's a dark grey, not too dark but not too light. Yeah, so let's get it on and see how it looks. I think it should make a big difference to the front of the property. What do you think, Mace? Right. So I've given it a good shake. Oh, I really like that colour. Really like that colour. All right. Right. First of all, actually, let's get a little look at the front before I put any paint on. My van's in the way, unfortunately, so probably should have moved that. But there we go. We can see what it looks like without it. Now, let's apply some paint. It's a little bit scary, actually. Okay, let's see. The first touch. all that's dark. So the idea is I'm just going to paint the front of the sill. We don't want too much contrast, and if we don't like this, we'll just paint it back. And I really like that color. Let's have a look at what we've done. Looking pretty sharp. Looking very sharp. Okay, so we've washed, sanded, and scraped off any loose paint on here. Might look kind of rough, but it's actually quite smooth to the touch. Yeah, so now time to get some paint on, and I think it's going to make a pretty massive difference. Exciting, exciting. I love this paint. All right. Yep. Nice and clean. You know what, I might just grab a towel just to make sure it's as clean as it can be. Just get those last little remnants of dust. Alright, here we go, let's get our first bits on. Just going to use the lid, actually. Oh yeah. How good do they look? Fantastic. What a difference. Right, got the update on the news that there's been a few cases in the Waikato, and there's going to be a update at 1 o'clock today. Very little doubt that we're going to go to at least level 3. So we're making a run on Mitre 10 because we need coving so we can finish the cove. Make a big difference in the house. We'll be getting pretty close to being done. So that's what we're doing. Gonna head over, grab that, because that level 3 actually can't work, so it's basically locked down for us. Yeah, and I've had a bit of a sore throat the last few days in my ear, sort of sinuses. Might have to go get myself tested today. Yeah, not fun. I think Ashley needs to as well.
No, I've got no symptoms. Amazing.
She is a symptom.
Fuck up.
At Mitre 10, and it is madness around here. Everyone's ready for the lockdown again, so they're grabbing every possible thing that they can. Ashley's on a mission. I just don't feel like there's going to be anything here. Maybe they don't have anything. So we've had a big day, 2 trips to Hamilton actually, and we've picked up everything we need for the laundry and all of our coving, a bit of architrave, and now I'm going to get my COVID test. I'm pretty sure it's nothing. I don't think I have COVID, but I have had a sore throat, but it's kind of more like moved into my ear. I think maybe it's more of an ear infection. But anyway, I thought I'd show you this this test.
This thing's stretch bars or anything.
Yep.
Have you
Yeah,
had that in the past?
I don't know if in December it was quite bad. Like this is not so bad.
But you don't want it to get that way, do you?
No, I mean...
The broken nose at all?
No.
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 Now it'll feel like you jump in a chlorinated swimming pool.
Yeah,
It's okay. And make your eyes water.
Yep.
And whatever you do, try and just breathe in through your mouth.
Yeah.
And your nose not wrinkled. Okay?
Yep.
You ready? No, you just find this going how you were. Well done.
Ugh.
It's that worst bit when we get there, we've got to...
You've got to turn it round. Those tears are real. But it's actually not that bad. It's only like a second. How are we today? So I guess as you would realise, there's no lockdown if you're in New Zealand on this date. I don't know when you're watching this. But yesterday we went running around thinking it's going to be lockdown tomorrow, so let's get everything we need. And we went to Mitre 10, 3 different Mitre 10s to get everything we needed. And then of course, lockdown didn't happen. And yeah, so it's quite funny. But that's cool because now it means I've got everything I need to finish off the coving, the laundry and stuff. And the laundry has been one of those things that, as you can see, just sort of hasn't really happened as we've been doing other stuff. But Ashley will be stoked that I'm going to get this finished now. So today you can see there's a bit of plastering still to go, but I've got the bench and the cabinets and everything, so I'm going to kind of do a bit of plastering and a bit of other stuff, and we can sort of work around different bits and pieces so that we can get everything in here because stuff's sitting all over the place. But yeah, let's get into that today. Should be good. Quite excited to actually see how the laundry is going to come out. I think it's going to look very good, be one of the highlights of the house. But anyway, let's crack into it. I hope you've been well. And yeah, I had my COVID test yesterday, so I'm not going to do any other work. I was supposed to do some plastering work today, but I'm going to wait till I get my test back. But I don't think I'm riddled with COVID. But anyway, let's do it. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick rundown of what the plan is in the laundry here when Semper gets out of the way. So this is obviously the space we've got here. It's 2.6 meters wide, so that's quite a bit of room. So we're going to have a bench, which I don't know if I've shown you yet, but it's going to run right across. And then it's going to have a sink down the end here where that plumbing is. And then under the bench will be where your washing machine and dryer go, so they have to be front loaders. So they'll fit in there. There's plugs underneath for those. And then we've got 2 cabinets. So the one cabinet where the sink will go, and then another cabinet that'll go next to that. I'm just trying to figure exactly how it might work with the plumbing, because the plumbing's down here. Yeah, so the washing machine's obviously going to have to be sort of near the plumbing, so that might have to be here. It might have to go washing machine, dryer, and then a single cabinet down here. But yeah, so that's the plan. I think it's going to look really good. And now for that part we all love, assembly. Yeah. What do you got here? Instructions. Get rid of them. Okay, that's positive. Right, so that's actually ended up being pretty easy to assemble. So that's basically the height we're looking at. So this piece though is actually going to go in the corner, and we've got some pipe work here. So we're going to have to cut some holes in the back here so we can slot that right in the corner. But that's not a problem, we will do that now. There'll be no problem whatsoever. Look, see, we've basically got pipe work here. Need to cut some holes so that that can slot nicely there, because our sink's going to sit in the top of the bench right there. Right, so we've measured out the downpipe, where that's going to go. Downpipe, don't know what it's called, but you know the pipe that comes out, so your water can go out. So I'm going to cut that out using the drill and the jigsaw. Holes cut, hopefully. There we go. Sweet. So there'll be a shelf above here, so you'll never see it. Okay, so we've got this end piece in, and I've just brought the washing machine in, so you can sort of see how that's going to sit. This bit's looking good. So then there's going to be this divider, it's going to go in here, then the dryer, and then there's going to be another corner unit which I'm going to make up now, which will go there, and then this here. Cutting the benches like this with the skill saw, you have to be aware of the direction the blade's going. You don't want to cut it this way around so that I don't know, this vinyl surface is at the top, because as the blade comes up it'll chip pieces of it out, so you actually want to cut it upside down. Before we're going to do that, we're going to find the line of where the cut's going to be, and just to add an extra level of protection, we are going to put tape. Run that tape right down the middle. That'll just help hold it even better. I just did a test cut, and it came up really good, so shouldn't be a problem. Right, let's have a look. Fingers crossed we don't have any chipping. We didn't before, so looks good. No drama, no drama. All good. Now, let's see if it fits. Right, I've tried to cut this to be pretty snug. Ah. Oh, it's not light either. Oh. Okay, here we go. Looking pretty good, a lot better than before. Gonna need a couple more dividers in here just to hold it up. But yeah, looking good. So we've opted for a circle laundry tub. It's quite decent size. We drove around a few places yesterday trying to find it because it was sold out. But yeah, it's just something a bit different, seems to kind of be the fashion at the time. It was actually Ash's idea, she wanted the circle tub. So we need to stencil find our mark so that we can get the jigsaw into the top of the bench here and get that right so we can sit this sink right down. Now it didn't actually come with a stencil, so what I'm going to do is use the top of this, and we're going to make our own stencil on a piece of cardboard, and that way we can't fuck it up. So I've made that. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to scribe it out using this here, so we'll find 15mm. Hold our pencil on the edge here, and hold it and run right around the edge like so. Right, so I've made my stencil. I hate things like this when Ashley's not here because I'm not sure whether to put it right in the corner so that it's, you know, sort of as far off the side everywhere like that, so it's in the center, or do I bring it across this way as far as I can so that you leave a bit of extra room on the side so that it's not, you're not jammed right up in the corner. I'm feeling my gut to put it across so that there's more room here so that you're not like jammed right in the corner. That is what my gut is telling me. Right, moment of truth. Please fit, please fit. Do a good job, do a good job. Did a good job. What, how many knives am I gonna break? Jesus. How are we today? So this morning I've spent picking up some stuff. First off, a new dryer. Now I said to Ashley yesterday, I was like, you know what, you can get a new dryer if you want to fit the space, a bigger one, newer one, and of course I was quite promptly sent to go get one today. So I have, it's a condenser dryer that matches the existing washing machine, which has been great actually. So the Robin Hood brand actually seems to go really well. There's apparently what's called a condenser dryer, which means it doesn't vent hot air, so you don't have, it's my understanding of it, you don't have a whole lot of moisture. There's actually instead, like an air conditioner, there's a water trap that you empty instead. And apparently they work really well. Are you one of these people that like leaves the plastic on everything, or do you take it off? You know, like your grandparents, how they leave like the plastic stuff on top of the... Ashley says that her grandparents left the plastic on their couch for like decades. Alright, that's looking pretty sharp. So I just discovered, so this here, you see that there, it's like a big water tank. It's massive. So that's obviously where the water goes when the dryer runs, and then you empty that out, I don't know, every once in a while. It just seems so smart to me. I mean, so many laundries these days, you either have to have your dryer vented outside or else you just have moisture inside and it creates mold and it's not good. So it'd be interesting to see if that's something that becomes more common. Maybe it's something that has been common and I just don't even know. Anyway, I just shot down to the store because we've got no curtains in the house, and I think the bedroom, it's pretty painful. We're kind of on show out there, and I think it's been affecting sleep pretty badly. My Garmin watch sort of has a sleep thing, and actually every night it says sleep was poor, and as a result I do feel pretty tired. So yeah, let's put a curtain up and get rid of everyone. Bye bye. Let's do a curtain snap. Here we go, the fastest way to do it. 3, 2, 1.
And there it is, the maze, stretching out below us. Taking it on have some...
And halfway, I'm just getting paint everywhere. Look at that mess. All right, how are we today? Ash is busy putting some basil plant in a pot, so getting the garden going. Thanks to climate change, you can do that in September now. Okay, so something that we've been putting off is getting the back done. We don't really come out here that much, so it's not really a priority of ours, but I'm sure the neighbours back here would appreciate it. All right, that's that for the day. Looking good. Just ran out of stuff for the end there, but I can do that tomorrow. But yeah, so that's just the base coat, then we're going to wait till that dries and then go over with a final float coat, and then we'll give it the sort of the finish to match. But yeah, that's us for the day. For your consent. Pretty good old little Saturday. Give you an idea of where we're at so far. Ashley's been in here and I got the brawl ball on the other day, and she's been in and given the walls 2 coats of the 8th tanner, and she's painted the ceiling, so that's all done, ready to go. So coving, the first thing I'm going to do, let's put some coving up. Normally coving's a bit of a 2-person job because it's so long, but it's only short lengths in here, so I should be able to manage myself, and I'm going to show you a little tool that I use for that. And then after we get that done, we'll crack into these architraves here on the doors, and I need to get this window sanded and painted if I can, and then I want to get that cabinet that's in there put together and up on the wall. Now it's 20 to 2. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I'd be back sooner, but I'm not. It's now as now. I've also got some tiles, and yeah, I'm pushing my luck to get those done as well today, but let's just see how we go. Okay, so I've measured the top and we've got 26/18, that's our measurement. Now we have to cut our cove. Now, cutting cove is a bit of a trick in itself. The first time I ever did it, I almost pulled my hair out because you can cut you can cut on the same diagonal, but on different angles, and that can really screw with you. So you either want a miter box or a different tool, which is this. Now this is going to be my tool of the week. I don't even actually really know what you call it, a cove cutting tool, but you get it online. I'll link in the video here, I can't remember what it is. But so basically what you do is you get your cove tool and you place it on here, and you can see it's got these little notches, and that'll tie in with whatever size cove you're using. So this here's for 90mm, so that just fits perfectly like so. And then we're just going to hold it and cut right through the end. Now the lower side, you can see that there, the lower side will always be the bottom of the cove. It's just the way it works. Right, so now we'll measure out the rest, cut the other piece, and we'll get our glue and we'll put it up. On there, 2618. And the other tip is always check it first. Always check it first, because the amount of times I've gone to do it and then you get up there and it doesn't fit for some reason. And that fits perfectly. Great, so now we'll cut our other pieces and then we will glue it up. Right, so we've cut our pieces here. So a little important thing to note is when you cut them, make sure you write, I know that that's the toilet side, that one there doesn't need one, but then on here I know the power box side, and then the other one's got window on it. Just make sure you write it on there, because when you're going at it with the glue, you don't want to be putting the wrong one up on the wrong side. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, so let's talk about Cove Bond. This is basically the plastic glue that you're going to need to glue the cove to the wall. Now here's a perfect example. You've got a 45 and a 90. Now that number corresponds to how long it's going to take for that glue to go off or set, which means it's basically your working time. Now, when I first started, I bought a 45 bag and I learnt pretty quickly, don't buy that, buy the 90 bag. 90 bag's way better, it sticks just as well, but it just gives you so much time for it to go off, because even though that says 45, it may actually go off sooner than that. Because I'm only doing one room, I'm not really too phased, but sometimes when you mix up a big thing of glue and you're doing many rooms, suddenly your glue starts going off and it's just not ideal. So get the 90, much better.
But today I'm gonna use what I've got left over, this 45, and that will be fine. But yeah, bag of the 90, it's cheap. I think it's only about 20 bucks for a bag. Let's do it. So, no screws, nails, or anything required. Well, not on this anyway. So we're gonna get that bottom piece, line it up with our pencil marks there, and we're just gonna push it against the ceiling. There. Now, sometimes your pencil marks might not line up, and this can be because the ceiling might not be straight. This is really common. Just try and get it to line up as best you can. And all we need to do is just hold it here. Not even for very long. And that glue, see that end there is already set, and it's gonna hold itself there. Obviously try not to get too much glue on the walls. Just like that. That's it. Now we'll come back and scrape it off. Okay, we've got battery again, and this is where we're at. So you can see it's looking good. So what you'll have is, when you put it up, it'll never be quite exact. Sometimes you get it perfect, but see there's a very couple mil gap there. That's okay, because we'll go back over and you just fill that with plaster. One thing I learned is that when you're doing your corners, don't fill everything with extra cove glue, because it's really difficult to sand in those corners. Go back over it with normal plaster, and it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. Right, now the next phase here, let's do some architraves and some skirtings. Probably get the drum pre-drill these. Well, as usual, I'm overly optimistic, and it's 5 o'clock. I've got things to do, like start editing this video. So I'm gonna have to call it in the laundry today. Let's see where we got to. So things are starting to come together pretty nicely. We've got some architraves on the doors and the window, given that a sand, no paint. Obviously our coving, which is looking good. Tomorrow we'll be able to paint that. And yeah, things are looking very good. We've got a big pile of coving and more architraves on the floor there to do the rest of the house. But I need Ashley's help to do that, and she's working, so hopefully we can get into that this weekend. We'll see how we go with that, but thank you for being patient, and I hope you enjoy this video. We're gonna have some full before and afters coming soon. But until next time, if you like this video, only if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, subscribe, all that stuff. I hope you're enjoying life, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.